Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Connie from out of work. This is my drive talk. But actually, I forgot to do it. I already arrived here at work, so I'm gonna take a couple minutes just to explain a couple things that is pretty big, at least for the rookie angler, right? It's how much practice is enough practice for a tournament. So this is apparent was apparent at the last tournament we fished. It was the state championship, and we had a couple guys that go out there for almost a week. A couple guys go out there for just a couple days. A couple guys go out there for just the last day, kind of like us. And some guys didn't practice at all. So that always brings up the question of, if you camped out there for a whole month, do you think you're going to do better if you're not out there for a whole month? So I feel I'll try to answer that because I've that's a question that I've ran through myself. Oh, by the way, hats, $35 a piece, shipped. If you want one, just message us and we'll get that ball rolling for you. And also subscribe to the channel. We need help basically, So uh, the more subscriptions we have, the more revenue comes in, the more adventures we can do, the more of these talking videos we can do to basically help everybody out. But yeah, so anyways, practice. Practice can doesn't apply just to tournament fishermen. It applies to pretty much everybody. So with practice, it helps build confidence. It helps build decision making skills. So when you get there and it's not going according to plan, you can pick up and move, you can change, you can do all these sort of things. If you're practicing and you throw your favorite lures on your favorite areas and they're not working, you shouldn't do that again the next day, okay? Especially if the conditions are exactly the same. It'll force you to do different things. It'll force you to, and this is where I say, do not try anything new during tournament day. So this is the time for you to try something new, whether it's new line, new different types of line, a new hook, a new technique. Do it on tournament day and try your best to get it kind of dialed in, right? Tournament day, we shouldn't be experimenting. Tournament day, you have to rely on something that's confident, because if you're experimenting, you're more than likely gonna do something stupid with that technique, something you're not supposed to do. So that's that. For so the tournament day, in terms of practice, for me, I give it basically a big deal on the weather patterns, uh, and basically weather patterns. I look at the week before the tournament. I look at what the lake has been doing. Are they pulling water? Is water going up? Is it going down? So I'll give you a great example. Like I said, the last tournament, I'll kind of try to break it down for you guys. The lake was doing something a little unusual that I'm not used to seeing the lake do. They were pulling water like every day around 3 to 4. If you look at the lake levels, they were pulling water. They're pulling, I think it was 4,000, 5,000 CFS out of the dam, which drops the lake a little bit. It drops it a little bit at a time. So the entire lake, it's a good sized lake. It would drop about 2 inches. It's not much, right? For most people, it's not much. But over the course of a week, it dropped it about a foot. To most people, that's not a big deal. But to me, it's a clue. Okay, it's a good clue before you get to the lake. To me, if they're dropping water, there's two things that kind of pops on my. A shallow topwater bite should be apparent. Like, it doesn't matter what time of year. Okay, there should be a shallow topwater bite. So I rigged up a couple rods. As you can see in the video, I had a buzzbait tied on. Now, I didn't run the buzzbait during the tournament. There's a reason for that too. It was a buzzbait whopper plopper combo. But just know this: when we got there, it was raining, blowing real hard. I feel the buzzbait puts out more sound, so you need something that's a little louder than the environment. And buzzbait was the deal for that day. But why didn't I run the buzzbait during the tournament? During the tournament, it slicked off. You still want a fast topwater because the water was clear, But at the same time, you can't have it that noisy because I think the fish know it's fake. So the whopper plopper is a little bit turned down, and then same speeds, and we caught one on a whopper plopper. One of the keepers on day one was on a whopper plopper. So that was one thing. So that was a major decision type thing. But in terms of practice, right? We went Friday. The week before the tournament, it was Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I think all 5 days, either all 5 days or 4 to 5 days. It was kind of raining and drizzling, raining, drizzling. There's wave fronts and wave fronts of clouds coming in. And I didn't. I honestly looked at that, and then I looked at the day of the tournament on Saturday and Sunday, and I looked to see if they were going to cancel it or not. And there was no way they were going to cancel it. Saturday and Sunday were going to be bluebird days. Always bluebird days after a major wave front. So in my opinion, there's two things we could have done. One, go up the river. That was my very first option. Go up the river, figure something out. If we had time, go up the river, figure something out. We did not have time. Okay, we didn't. We only took Friday off. We didn't take Thursday off or anything like that. If I had taken Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday off like some of those other guys, I would have definitely gambled on the river. Definitely gambled on the river. Figure something out and forget about the lake. But since I don't have time, I can't gamble on that. That's too much of a gamble for me. This is just how my mind works. So what I did was, and Hybrid had a big influence on this too. He likes the lake a lot better. So we go Friday night. Basically, we didn't get there till about 12, 1 o'clock. So we just kind of drove around a lot. We pre-fished the marina area. And our plan was, if we couldn't get a bite going or any confidence in the marina area, we would just gamble on the islands. Because we've done good on the islands before. I've almost wanted to turn off the islands. So that was the game plan. We go in, marina. If that doesn't play out, we're going to gamble on the islands. The river wasn't even an option. Okay, so practice went great. Okay, for the speed we was fishing at, the fish was that active. Like I said, I caught, in terms of bites, right? I must have gotten 15 bites in 4 hours, in the wrong times of the day too, which means they're very active. Okay, on that day they were very active. I was throwing that buzzbait. I only showed you one little footage, but I had a lot of bites, a lot of little nips too, like a lot of little spotted bass that didn't hook up, and I didn't set the hook on any of the fish. Okay, so had a lot of bites. Confidence was very high. I didn't go out to the island, and I thought that was going to be a good idea. I didn't go out to the island. I just fished the main lake area, main points, things like that. Did really well. So tomorrow, so day one, I'm thinking marina, island, and that's it. Like settle. That's the whole day. Uh, so game day comes down, and yeah, like I said, in my opinion, this is my opinion. I could, and I could be completely off. That's the cool thing about fishing is everybody's entitled to their opinions. There is a wrong way to fish, but there's definitely not a right way to fish. Okay, so keep that in mind. So when I'm giving you these ideas, don't think I am the one that know it all. I'm just one of the 10 guys that did very, very well. So there's 10 different ideas going. And like I said, if you've watched that video, you would have seen that I did very well. I did enough to contest for the win. All right. So, well, at least I got the bites. I didn't execution was a little off, but regardless, we did very well. And in terms of practice, if you guys look, you have to look at the weather patterns. At the same time, you have to look at what's going to happen that day. So, my success in the past year has been, if you practice on one day that was windy and tournament day was going to be windy again, then the patterns should be the same. Even if it's a week or 2 weeks out, it should be about the same. At least you can rely on it to some degree. But in this tournament, we didn't go out ever the entire year. So we just showed up Friday night, practice. We showed up, it was still kind of raining, and we knew it was going to be bluebird day. So for me, it wasn't trying to find the bite. It was just trying to find the areas that had fish, okay? So Friday, that's what I did. Buzzbait. Everywhere that I got a good bite, kind of kept in my mind, might be a good chunk of fish here, without knowing exactly what's actually there. I'm just running around, covering a lot of water, and be like, off that point, way over there. When I get to those areas, fish it a little bit more methodical, and that's all I was really doing. And then in terms of weather patterns, I felt like everything you found during the day or during the week, you can that bite specifically, whether you caught it on top water or a crankbait or a swim bait, you have to be willing to throw all that out. I don't know if you guys paid attention to the little nugget, but before day one, I told everyone that I had a buzzbait bite, but it might not play because I have to be willing to give up on it, even though that's my favorite thing to do. You have to be willing to give up that bite quick, even though you caught them during the day. Yesterday, with clouds, with a little bit of drizzle, okay, you caught them during the day between the hours of 1 and 6, right? They were biting it real good, but today it's probably only going to happen the first 30 minutes. After that, you need to put that topwater rod down. Okay, so lots of decisions that were going on. Evolving decisions, lots of decisions. And after that, I committed to a deep bite for the rest of the day, basically. And I didn't even practice that deep bite. Okay, so that's something that for the guys that are coming up or the guys that are already veterans of the sport, I'd like to hear some of your stories about that too, like practice versus actual game day, or what did you do even just during the day? Because on for me during game day there was a lot of adjustments. There was a lot of you got to go to this lure, you got to try that heavier head, try this bait, run the hydro wave continuous for 4 or 5 hours. That's the very first time I actually did that too, for that schooling fish on day 2. So big deal. I hope you guys kind of watch that. It's not really an end all kind of video, but this is the world of fishing. When you get advanced, there's a lot of thinking. The gear doesn't really matter too much anymore, but it's a lot of thinking. It's a lot of being in the right place, right moment, or just planning on what to do when fish don't bite or they don't bite the way they should, and you have to go do something else that you're not really used to. So, all right. With that being said, that's it. That's the video for the day. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully, we get a lot of good anglers to watch this and comment and subscribe. So, all right, guys. See you guys on the next one.